top and make it into a summer vest. To make this vest top, you are going to need your top, 2 to 3 meters of bias binding, some pins, scissors and a sewing machine. Our first step is to pin a line across from the neck. Our next step is to just cut along the line of pins. Is to measure about ½ an inch, which is usually about 2 fingers, under the arm to allow for the new one. You want to measure again about 2 fingers out to the new one. You're just going to cut a rough curve. Attach the bias binding tape. For those who haven't used bias binding before, it's basically just a means of making sure the material doesn't fray. How we're going to attach it is you open it up on one side and we're going to pin that to the outer side, like that. And then when we come to it, we're going to fold it over it, just like that, so that it's sandwiched in between. I always like to start under the arm. I'm now going to sew along the groove of the bias binding. Attach the bias binding by sewing down the groove. Our next task is to fold the bias binding in half and sew it again so that we sandwich the material on the inside. Sewing the bias binding onto the top. We now want to make the straps by folding the bias binding in half and sewing them together. Sewed the bias binding in half. We're going to make the straps out of it. So you're going to want to cut it into 2 lengths. I'm going to pin it to the top. Make sure you start on the back of the top. Also make sure that the top is inside out. Our next step is to put the top on so that we can pin round the front. Okay, our next step is to pull over the strap and pin it in place like I've done here. To make sure that it's tight enough so that the back doesn't sag. You can either hand sew or machine sew these in place. I think machine sewing is better as it will give a stronger hold. Okay, now we're going to attach the straps. And all we're going to do is a small little back stitch to keep them in place. Next step is just to cut these tags off